All right, here we are, Baxter Springs, Phillips 66. This is the official start of our rats ride. It is 3 in the morning, mile 0. And we're off, just like that. No fanfare, no fireworks. Just a quiet exit of a gas station to mark the start of our ride around the 48 states. Incredible. We've got our first dirt road of the trip here as we head down to the tri-state point. I don't think there's going to be anybody else here this morning. At least it would seem very unlikely at 3 in the morning. Ah, here we are. Here it is. Kansas, Missouri, Oklahoma tri-state point. Fantastic. And just like that, we are in Missouri. Ha 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 ha! Second state, new mission, get a gas receipt. Well, we had a little adventure here right at the border of Arkansas. I haven't been able to find a gas station that has its pumps on. And as you can see, this is the Arkansas border. And so I tried 2 different gas stations, neither one worked. And then this last one I stopped at and the pump wasn't on, but somehow it dribbled out 5 cents of gas. So I got a dated and timed receipt for 5 cents of gas. So it counts, baby. I don't care. I got it. It's good. Missouri's done. Now we've moved on to Arkansas, where we have a whole new state to worry about. As you can see, we have really nice weather here in Arkansas. We started this morning at 3 a.m. officially in Baxter Springs, Kansas, and then immediately popped over into Missouri. We spent a little bit of time in Missouri, not too long. We got our receipt at the last minute, right before the Arkansas border. And then we've been in Arkansas for the last hour and a half or so. And just up here, any minute now, we are going to cross back in to Oklahoma. So that'll be our 4th state already on the day. And we've got 8 states, so we're halfway already with our state tally for the day. I think this is the border right here. There's no sign for it, but oh yes, here we go, Oklahoma. Fantastic. So state number 4. And like I said, we're just gonna basically skirt along the border here, get ourselves a fuel receipt, and then head back into Arkansas towards Texas. Now, as we make our way south today into Louisiana and the Gulf states, we're probably gonna start hitting some weather. There's a forecast for some thunderstorms down that way. But for now, I'll take every blue sky mile I can get. So just trying to put a bunch of miles behind me as early as possible here. We are riding through this beautiful and rural part of Oklahoma here. Lots of pastures and trees and little ponds and creeks. It's just lovely. Really cool part of the country here. I never even knew this existed. So I am soaking it up, all this running water. It's just really nice. It's really, really nice to be in so much verdant foliage. I love it. It's great. 170 miles until we reach the Louisiana, Texas, Arkansas tri-state point. And once we get to that spot, we're gonna sort of make our way eastward into Louisiana. So for now, I've got that programmed in. And it looks like we've got maybe, I don't know, 30 more miles of Oklahoma left, and then we're going to be back in Arkansas. That is our situation, and for now we've got some fun looking twisties coming up and some really beautiful rolling hills in front of us. So let's soak it in and enjoy it. Look at this. Man, we're going up into the Oklahoma hills here. Love it. Jamming some tunes, going up some Oklahoma twisties. This is great. Woo! Where are you taking me, Google? My goodness. Look at the fog. Where are we? Oh my goodness. I gotta put up my visor. I can't even see. We are truly out in the woods right now, my friends. Okay, so back there, we went through the small town of DeQueen, Arkansas, and 2 years ago, I actually was here in DeQueen to witness the total solar eclipse. This is where we set up all of our equipment to photograph the totality, and then a couple hours before we reached the maximum of the eclipse, some clouds rolled in, so we picked up our camp and drove about an hour north to an even smaller town called Odin to witness the eclipse. But yeah, 2 years ago I was right here in the middle of nowhere, Arkansas, to see the total solar eclipse. All of a sudden we're riding through the bayou here. It just turned into an absolute jungle, and I'm here for it. This is incredible. We are way down in the tiniest little corner of Arkansas now, getting close to the Louisiana-Texas tri-state point, and it is really starting to look a lot like the old southern bayou here, the Sulphur River. Wow, look at that. This looks like a jungle. It's awesome. Temperatures are still probably floating around 80, low 80s, which isn't too bad for June in the deep south. Okay, well, we just secured our Texas receipt here in the tiny town of Bloomberg, the only gas station in a town with a population of 321. I was taking a big gamble planning on this gas station because yeah, I would have had to go pretty far out of the way if this turned out to be a dud. So I'm just glad it's good, and we got our photo and our receipt, and now we can skedaddle. All right, take a look at this, guys. It is the Texas, Arkansas, Louisiana tri-state point. I feel like we gotta get a couple pictures here. I think this, yeah, this is the point right here. Right, so in 4 miles here, we're gonna get off this really cool secondary highway here with all these twists and turns and this incredible canopy on either side of us. And we're gonna get on 49 South, the interstate. And for the rest of the day, for the most part, we're gonna be on interstate. So this afternoon is gonna be very different than what we had this morning. All sorts of fun, twisty back roads, in some cases really remote roads this morning, but now it's going to be wide open interstates for the rest of today with rare exception. So that's what we've got in store for us. The clouds are continuing to billow and build, so we're building up some moisture. It's eventually going to dump at some point. All we can hope is that it holds off as long as possible and we can get most of this riding done in some dry air and not get pummeled with thunderstorms and rain. Quick update on the rain. I did check the radar back there, and this cell that we're driving through right now is actually really small, so I'm just going to plow through it and hopefully it doesn't take very long. But there is still a massive amount of rain down by our destination, so unless that burns off, we will have to put all of our rain gear on at some point. I did put the rain cover on the Moto tank bag just to keep all my electronics dry, but this one shouldn't be too bad, at least based on the most current radar. I'm hoping we can just bang through it quickly here and dry off on the other side. So we've got 180 miles to go, and we're en route to Hattiesburg. And other than that one little cell that we got stuck in, that was only maybe 10 minutes, we've managed to avoid all the rain so far. In fact, it's even clearing up a little bit above me. I see blue skies. So when I was at the gas station back there near Jackson, I checked the radar and it had opened up between there and Hattiesburg, and so as soon as I filled up, I just took off because I want to try to like get this window while I have it, and I can always eat later. So I just want to try to avoid the rain. I still think I'm going to get rained on over the last 100 miles, but if I can manage to do 700 plus miles rain-free today and only have to deal with it in the last hour or two, I'll be pretty content. I've been on this motorcycle way too long. 3 days in a row, all day, every day, and it's only gonna get worse. Anyway, checking in, 99 miles to go. Look at that, we're in double digits. Love it. We are still rain-free. I mean, look at the sky. It almost looks like it's clearing up. Unbelievable. We threaded that needle today. Just squeezing through the storms, staying dry the whole day, other than a couple little sprinkles. No heavy rains as of yet. A lot can happen in 99 miles, I'm well aware of that. But yeah, we've got like 90 minutes left. 90 minutes of riding, and we're there. This is great. What a good first day. Couple of little hiccups in the morning, but we went on some really fun, wildly remote back roads. I don't know why Google picked the roads that it did, but we had some remote roads this morning. And then, yeah, we just navigated through a whole bunch of cool stuff up until lunchtime. Like, we went up and over all those rolling hills of eastern Oklahoma, which I didn't even know existed. I guess that's part of the Ozarks or the Ouachitas. I'm not quite sure which mountains are which. And then skirted our way down kind of along the Oklahoma-Arkansas border to the tri-state point of Louisiana. Snuck into Texas there just to get a gas receipt. Yeah, so then we spent most of the afternoon skirting across Louisiana and Mississippi here. And It's been a lot of this, but really nice riding. I can't complain. It's been real smooth highways, and sure enough here we've got our next turn in 73 miles, which will be very close to our destination. In Mobile here, just about done for the day. We've got 8 miles to go, and we're going into some tunnel in town here. Wow, it's pretty cool. This goes way down. Oh, it goes under the river. What? That is pretty cool. There's the Gulf, right there. That is cool. We went from the heartland, the center of the country, Kansas, the geographic center, to the ocean, to the Gulf. Look at this. We're on a causeway just over the open water. Crazy cool. All right, I'm gonna keep this one really quick. There was a whole rigmarole trying to get checked into this motel. They lost Wi-Fi and they couldn't scan my credit card. It was huge headaches. All that is to say, it took a really long time to get to my room, so I don't have much time. I just need to get to bed. So, great day, successful day. We dodged the rain. We got our 8 states. Everything went more or less according to plan. Didn't have any major hiccups, a few minor things, but I'm very pleased to know that this first day is behind us, and tomorrow we've got another really big important day. I think if we can get tomorrow behind us, going into that third day, I'll feel a lot better about our odds. Anyway, that's it. Take care, be safe. I hope you enjoyed this first video in the series, and we'll be back with part 2. Bye.